Ever feel like you're growing, but in circles? You start with big creative energy, then stall, and then start again. What if growth wasn't about getting everything right, but learning from what's working and what's not? Today, I'm going to share how I'm exploring a practice called Plus Minus Next and how I'm using it to develop creative growth loops in my practice, innovation practice, to keep ideas moving and in momentum and alive. This week, I've been prepping for a keynote talk that I'm going to be delivering at the 100 Most Powerful Black Women Summit. And I've been focusing a little bit on thinking about how one can get to their ideas faster if they can just unlock the keys to isolation, overwhelm, and lack of accountability. My talk, The Great Idea Escape, is going to focus on how to help women move forward their ideas with tiny experiments. And in preparation for this talk, I have been diving deeply into this book, Tiny Experiments: How to Live Freely in a Goal-Obsessed World by Anne-Laure Le Cunff. She's a neuroscientist. Let's just pause and look at how playful and beautiful this book is. I don't know. I love it. I want to pick it up every time I look at it. The dots, the color make me want to pick it up. But that's a sidebar. So Anne-Laure is a neuroscientist, and this book is chock full of ideas and ways to think about goal setting, from trials and experiments to there's a whole chapter on procrastination. And if you are a procrastinator, you are going to want to get this book and dive into that chapter. Maybe I will do one of my next videos around that. So if you're interested in learning how to overcome procrastination, let me know in the comments so that I can bring you another video on that topic. Back to the book, Tiny Experiments. What has been sitting with me is this chapter on growth loops. In the book, in the growth loops chapter, Anne-Laure talks about this practice of plus minus next. It's a reflective tool to help you grow. Instead of chasing big goals, this practice, plus minus next, helps you develop growth loops, learning from what you accomplished, what obstacle and challenges you still face, and then figuring out what you'll try next. It's reflection as progress. And the framework is really simple to apply. You can utilize it, again, at any time frame you like. You can use it as reflective practice for ending your week or starting your week. You could use it as a reflective practice from month to month. You can use it as a reflective practice from year to year. You can use it as a reflective practice from day to day, moment to moment. You choose the period of time for which you want to do this practice in. I am planning to utilize this in a weekly format and to capture and reflect on my week on Sunday evenings and get me in a mindset for what is it that I want to be practicing in the week coming up. There's a simple way you can utilize this tool in your journal. You can think about it in your head, but let's go to the whiteboard here and think about how you would set it up if you were doing it in a journal. I want to set up 3 columns. You have your plus, your minus, and what's next, which is your arrow. And in each column, you are going to reflect on your week. Let's put this tool into practice right now. Plus, what's something that made you proud, went well this week? For me, I am really excited about this idea sprint that we're doing in the Hatchery. We started it last week. You are welcome to join in at any time. You can get details about how to join our lively community of multipassionate women who are looking for ways and practicing to keep their ideas from swirling in their heads and stuck out into the world and in action and in motion. And in the hatchery, we just started this idea sprint. One of my accomplishments is the idea sprint is happening. So the idea sprint launched. It launched with an amazing kickoff planning session, and I'm excited for the projects that the many participants, members in the hatchery are going to do. But I'm also quite proud of my steps in this first week of the sprint planning. I am working on thinking about how I might automate taking my weekly YouTube videos that I'm posting here and sharing with you and reutilizing them as content that I can share with others on LinkedIn as well. And this week I took a step in thinking a little deeper about what that process would look like and how it could be sustainable to me. So that was a great accomplishment for the week. There were many other things, but I'm going to leave it there. Now we're going to go to our minus column here. And this column's all about obstacles, challenges that you faced during the week. And no one goes without facing any challenges. Let's get real. For me this week, some challenges that I had to overcome is the layering of lots of projects. So for my job, I'm about to dive into a 2-week program, 3 hours a day, 30-hour program, and getting prepared for that has been a lot of work, simultaneously closing out and opening up another project, and then working on the details for the idea sprint in the hatchery. As well as planning this keynote talk that is coming up this week as well. So there's a lot of balls juggling. Those are my obstacles. One of my biggest obstacles was many projects and not enough sleep. If you are not getting enough sleep, share that in the comments with me. I would love to know because I too am not getting enough sleep. But I will say that if I go back to my pluses, one big plus for me was last night when I was feeling Friday evening, I was very exhausted from the week. My brain was not functioning. I was very tired. And I said, I'm not doing anything. Stopping to rest my brain was a big plus. What's next? What's one small experiment or insight that I can carry over into next week? And I will tell you, this afternoon when it hit me that turning off my brain last night, getting more sleep, I feel more clear, more certain, more confident that I am going to be able to get my long task list complete. That is something I want to carry into this week that is going to be extremely busy, is prioritize sleep and down moments. Prioritize sleep and down moments. There you have it, your plus, your minus, and your next. This simple loop turns reflection into forward motion so you don't get stuck and bogged down. It's a way to keep it moving and reflect on the things that might be bogging you down in the minus, the challenges, obstacles section, but also celebrate everything that was good, which is super important as well. Why this works is tiny reflections build clarity. They turn isolation into connection with yourself, your ideas, and what's coming next. What's your plus, minus, and next for the week? Try it for 1 week with one idea in each column, plus, minus, next, and see how it feels. See how your energy shifts or changes. If you want space to practice these tiny experiments in community, join us in the Hatchery. The details are below in the description. And don't forget to follow along. Subscribe to the Hatch Studio so you can continue to get great practices, tools, resources, and techniques to keep you in motion and your ideas out of your head and moving forward.